Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 17, 2018. I'm Joe Paul. I've got a lot to talk about today, so I'll try not to talk too fast anyway. We'll start out with the Function 1 scheduler in the Clerkcraft in Seminole. Right now they're on their third or fourth closed section bidding on Tour 1, and they're close to getting done. In the Orlando PDC, Tour 2 and Tour 1 are still working on their fourth closed section. Tour 2 is going to be done soon. They're going to have 4 or 5 residual vacancies come out, and they're going to offer it to the one person with the retreat rights. Once they offer it, they're going to have 4 or 5. She gets to pick one. Once she's done picking them, the rest of them, they get posted installation-wide, just like they would with an automated posting. That way everybody gets a shot at it. As far as Tour 1, they're not even close to done, and Tour 3 is. I personally have many grievances on this, a lot of monetary resolves that we're asking for. We're challenging a bunch of things there. As they go up to step 3, I'll let you know a little bit more about that. Another thing, if you request a steward and they don't give you one, you request a second time. If they don't give you one, we need to know. We're not going to put up with you requesting a steward and not receiving one. PSC and PTF conversions are a little slow, but we do have some good news. At least keep your fingers crossed. It looks like at the end of April, because they had the 21-day e-reassign list, some of our 102 offices, we have maybe 5 or 6 or 7 offices that might have 1 or 2 PSC conversions to full-time. So keep your fingers crossed, and I'll let you know more about that as that comes. We also have one who I called yesterday from the Orlando PDC. She's being offered a residual vacancy. We had someone coming from an impacted facility, which is offices that are having accessing, as I mentioned in the last couple of videos, but that person canceled. So she's going to be not really converted yet because it's a window job and she's not qualified, but once she qualifies, she'll go into that. And remember, the top, say 11 people in the Orlando PDC are not window qualified. So a lot of these jobs that come out are going to have window on it, so you have to qualify. If you do not qualify, you don't get fired, but you stay in your same order that you were in seniority, or they call it relative standing, and you stay there, but you're locked out of any kind of jobs like that for 6 months. So try to qualify. Once you qualify, you can always bid around like all the other regulars. You can bid out of that if you don't like it. I'm hearing a lot of things about the red vest. You'll see people in the lobbies, in the customer service, in the associate offices, in Orlando, in Lakeland, Kissimmee, all those all around, Windermere, DeLand, the whole business. The red vest is optional. I don't know where they're saying that it's not optional, but it is. If they're telling you you have to wear someone's red vest, really? I mean, I don't wear someone's clothes, you know what I mean? So let us know and we'll challenge that, and we'll make sure your manager knows what's going on. Kissimmee, right now, it's a little slow, which is odd. It's like the storm, quiet before the storm. And I hate to be negative, but we don't anticipate it staying quiet. We've had a lot of problems there, but we're hoping that it does stay a little bit quiet. But if you do see problems there, you need to let us know. Bob McSorley, Vice President, is constantly on that. We have an alternate steward, Richard Quinlan, or myself. We're going to make sure that that office stays under wraps. On May 1, 2, and 3, I have 2 guys, one guy from Washington, one guy from Boston coming down. They're going to be at the Orlando PDC and do an educational organizing drive. 24 hours a day for all 3 days. They're going to have a table set up in the Orlando PDC. They're going to explain to you, anyone that has questions, all the benefits that you have in the APW. There's a lot of them that people don't know, so I'm bringing them in special to tell everybody. And if you have someone who's not a member that wants to be a member that we haven't yet touched, they're going to sign you up too. This is a great thing. We're bringing people in for you. Let's see, I'm reaching out to national business agents for the maintenance craft. I'm going to see within the next month or 2 if we can bring them down, and we'll have a meeting probably in our office here on Orange Avenue, and we'll let you know more about it once we get some dates and some definitive information, and we can have a question and answer for them. We have a lot of issues in the maintenance craft all over our local, from Orlando, Lakeland, Kissimmee, Windermere, Winter Park, every place in our local. Sorry I didn't mention everyone, but we have 102 and we only have a certain amount of time. But we'll invite everybody. If you're not maintenance and you want to come, you're more than welcome to come. We'll have refreshments and donuts and things like that. It'll be a good time. Really get to ask some of these national leaders some things. Clerk, we probably won't have clerks coming in right now because I actually am a clerk and Bob's a clerk, and I'm, we do a lot of clerk issues. We're on top of our clerk issues. Let's see what else we have. Also have another thing coming up. I'm going to have a guy coming in to explain things about you. I get a lot of questions about that, about retirement, about FERS, about thrift savings, civil service. Not always retirement, but what do I do? How do I maximize my money? What fund do I use? Things like that. And he's going to come in, have a slideshow. He'll have the board. We'll have a projector going. And any questions, it'll be maybe 60 minutes or 90 minutes. We can do it over a couple days. We'll try to line up days that are good for you. But we want to bring some things in for you so that you can really have some questions answered. And it's free of charge. We're not charging anything for this. So that's a good thing. Of course, you already see that we have that benefit for you to where you get the free life insurance. It's another thing that we have. As APW members, you get a lot of benefits, and we want to do everything we can to bring them out to you so you can see them all. Well, not all, but most. Maintenance craft reversions, we challenge every one of them. The Orlando PNDC mainly because Seminole is not really reverting them right now. So we're challenging everything. Same with the dashboard Function 1 clerk craft. We're challenging everything there. The reversions, the improper accessing, a lot of issues going on. The VMF, Vehicle Maintenance Facility, we have one in mid-Florida, actually in the plant there and in Orlando PNDC. Been pretty quiet, which is nice. MVS, we have some issues. We had a couple discipline issues. We've settled those. We have another one where we have a guy who was a PTF, was to have PTFs in that craft. They're actually guaranteed 24 hours a week. He was supposed to be converted. He wanted to swap or a mutual exchange to Miami. But somehow they didn't convert him. And so now he was having problems because he wants to go with a full-time regular. The way that works is you go from status to status. So if you're a part-time flexible, you can only swap with a part-time flexible. If you're full-time, you can only do it with a full-time. He was supposed to be full-time. To go to full-time, they never changed his Form 50, but we're getting that fixed, luckily. Let's see. Another thing, not for sure, but this is for sure. I've got 5 new jobs in customer service being posted on the next posting in the Orlando PNDC. 5 new jobs. And we're having some problems with 3 other jobs. Bob and I were just talking today that they should have gone into training. They didn't go into training. We want to know why is that? Back from October, they never put them into training. Now they want to do away with a scheme. We're having some issues with that, which probably bring that up the next time. But I'm going to first bring it up with management today. We're just not playing that kind of game. But anyway, we're going to have 5 jobs posted. They're going to go installation wide. And then through all that, we're going to have some residuals. They're going to go post on e-reassign. We might have a transfer. We're going to have some conversions. And then we're also going to have maybe some impacted people. Also, fingers crossed again, we have some jobs right now online. At the end of April, I'm going to know a little bit better, but I'm anticipating, we hope, some conversions, 4 or 5, maybe 6. I don't know for sure. If they are, more than likely they're going to be customer service jobs in the Orlando PNDC. Seminole, not really right now. Now I'm switching over because we're talking about Seminole at this point. What we did there was we moved 5 clerks and 3 mail handlers, but we don't care about them right now. But we moved them into the custodian ranks. So now they're in our maintenance department. So we moved 5 with that in-service register I talked about last week, which is good because that's freeing up 5 clerk jobs. So we have some people there who want to get converted too. Now I'm not sure what they're going to do, but we're going to stay on top of it, make sure they don't try to revert to jobs, act like, hey, we have too many clerk jobs. Really? You're working 60 hours a week? You're working at PSCs 50 and 60 hours a week? You have too many jobs? I don't think so. We're going to go after those too. So that's a good thing to move those people where they want it to go and free up some people for us. Let's see. We have security issues still at the turnstiles. I talked to Tom Downs yesterday. He told me I wanted to know, I've already sent this off. What's going on with that? Turnstiles don't work. He said, well, it's going to cost us a lot of money. Well, it would be money, but we also care about our safety, our employee safety, our member safety. So that's a big concern. You'll see a letter coming out shortly from me on that. The Line H issues in Seminole, we're still working on that. If we don't get this information, I'm going to contact Ben Love, and we're going to talk about this. He's your maintenance craft director. If we don't get that information within a week or two, finally, we're just going to have to file unfair labor practice charges. We're tired of waiting. The members are tired of waiting. Management's dragging their feet with the information. We're tired of that. We have enough of that. Let's see, I was just in Seminole yesterday, and we did take pictures with those people. They wanted some pictures. They're added to our list. And the 3 mail hunters that came in to this in-service register into our custodian ranks, they all signed up. And we had one non-member clerk, he signed up. So we're very happy to have you. We're proud to have you in our craft. The AOs, remember, keep a copy of 3971s. If they're denied, we need a copy of those. Make sure you hold management accountable if they're doing your work. If the city carriers are doing your work. If the rural carriers are doing your work, we need to know about it. Letters of demand. If you get a letter of demand, like at the window, you're short or whatever, you grieve it right away. Once you get it in the grievance arbitration system, or for us, then you won't have to pay the money right away. You might have to down the road if you lose it, but once you get it, you shouldn't have to. Once you grieve it, if you start getting letters from Egan saying, hey, you owe us money, we need to know, because they're not supposed to take out anything until the grievance has run its course. And that's pretty much about all. I know it's a long time to talk today, but again, I want to thank you for being an APW member and a proud member of your Central Florida area local. Thank you.